Woo! Hey, 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 what's happening? Albuquerque, B2B, the network. This is the live stream. Luis Hernandez and Orlando J. Marquez coming at you live from Team Alkaline live stream here at the Kangen Water Studio. Change your water, change your life, making magic happen right here at the Kangen Water Studio, 7401 or something like that. Montgomery.
You're in the vicinity.
I'm in the vicinities. That's all that matters. Man, what a beautiful day it is today, Orlando J. Marquez. You just recently got back from a whirlwind trip.
We did.
You hopped on a plane on Friday, and then you went out, hung out with the familia.
We did a familia trip,
the
man.
whole familia.
Yeah.
And now you're back.
I'm back.
And you've got hot leads.
I got some leads on top of that.
He's got some hot leads, right? All right, let's see what's happening here. I'm trying to adjust your camera. We're trying some different angles here today.
It's all about the angles.
It is all about the angles, and today we're doing something a little bit different. If you guys take a look at that, that is my backside there. You can see me waving my hand there, but we have the Aloha Wow Wow Lemonade Cam today, and we'll be talking about that here in just a minute there. But really quickly, I want to welcome you guys to the show. This is the show by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. Our goal is to leave you with some nuggets that you can take and apply in your business today that are going to help you make a positive impact, or at least a couple dollars, something like that. That's the idea, right?
A little something.
A little of something.
Something.
Do something, right? So, yeah, that's what we're all about today. We always talk about what is happening here in the world. And, here in Albuquerque, there is no shortage of opportunities to get out and do some networking here in the community. And there are lots of resources. If you go over to ABQB2B, the network, or ABQB2B networking group page, you'll see a post by a gentleman by the name of Paige Allis. He's created a networking event. A networking calendar where he lists every single opportunity that is happening in the city on this calendar. And guess what? It's there for you to go view. It's all linked, so you can click on the links, and it'll take you directly to the event pages. But hey. There it is right there. Now you have no excuse.
What a great idea. There's no excuse. And they do it well. I mean, Monday through Friday, they let you know what's going on during the week, so you can adjust your schedule. If there's an event that you think would be beneficial to you, your business, or just an opportunity to go out and meet some new people, it's a great resource for you to know exactly what's going on throughout the week. So
I love it. It's one of the unique things about Albuquerque and the Albuquerque market is that we have a community of people that like to get out and network with each other, and that is probably one of the best ways to get yourself into the business community, right? Yeah. The second best way is to appear right on this show right here.
There you go.
That is the second best way. Okay, I'm going to call it the first best way. And so we've been talking about it all week long, and we wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity to introduce you guys to some amazing individuals here in our community. I call them amazing because they are serial entrepreneurs, and I don't mean they're Fruit Loops. That's not what I mean. Well, okay, there's a certain part of them that is a little fruity because if they want to take the leap of entrepreneurship, they've got to be just a little bit crazy. But today we get to meet two incredible individuals, handsome young men, as I like to call them, right? The first one, he's been in this market for quite some time, and while his dancing skills probably aren't up to par as they should be, we've seen this at a few networking events. Let me tell you what is. His entrepreneurial mindset is on par, right? And to tell us all about what he has going on, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to ABQB2B, the live stream, Mike. Did I get it right?
You got it right. Yeah, you nailed
That was
it.
a tough one.
I was like waiting for the build-up.
I know, right?
Okay.
And it didn't come.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, boys and girls, abuelas y abuelitos, desde Pa allá.
From over there.
This thing over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Gutierrez.
Thank you.
In the house.
In the
Yes.
house.
Yep. Yes,
In
thank
the
you.
house. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Well, un poquito gordito, but my next guest is going to tell you how he's helping me with that.
Yeah. Sounds like you're on a good track right now.
You know what? Life is good right now. A lot of exciting things are happening, in life and just in general. And it's a good time to be Luis.
Yeah. It's a good time to be anybody.
Is it?
alive.
That's what I was hoping for, that you would help me out with that there.
Yeah.
Let me adjust you here just a little bit. Excuse me. All right. Keep on talking there. There we go.
There
Cool,
we go.
perfect.
Boom.
All right.
I wasn't sure what you meant by you were going to adjust me, so my wife is watching, so be careful.
Yeah, we don't talk about those things on this show.
Right. So,
No,
Yeah,
but I appreciate you having me here. I'm here to talk Wow Wow Hawaiian Lemonade.
Well,
It's-
before we even get to the Wow Wow Hawaiian Lemonade, let's do this. This is one of the things that I really enjoy doing here is having our viewers really understand who you are and all about you. And so, what is an interesting fact that people don't know about you that you're going to share with us today?
okay, that's I met Michael Jackson. Does that count?
That's an
yeah, it
interesting
counts.
fact.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna go there. If you met Michael Jackson, how come you can't dance?
No, I can dance. I just don't dance as well as my wife.
Ah,
That's the problem. You put me
you
next
know.
to a professional dancer.
Is
and
that
it's like
is that what's going on
Yeah,
here?
most cats. Yeah, so don't feel bad.
yeah. She makes me look bad.
Well, we won't tell anybody about that, but we
No,
will.
Fun fact is that I met Michael Jackson
'Kay.
in Vegas. It's a funny story that when I tell it, I would love to share what we talked about, but I have no idea. People talk about being starstruck, and he's not that tall. He's like 5'9".
Right.
I'm about 6 foot. All of my pictures are of his feet. That's how excited I was to talk to him. And we just happened by chance to bump into each other in a Vegas casino.
Is that right?
There was a mound of people. I came around one corner. He came around another, and we literally bumped into each other.
Really?
Yeah, and then we talked with each other for a little while. And then they ushered us out of the casino. When they opened up the doors, there was paparazzi all lined up, taking pictures, videos, and everything. And they tried to usher me into the limo with him, thinking I was part of the crew. When I told them I wasn't, they held me back. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I got a lecture from the bodyguard to stay where I needed to stay, and everything would be okay.
Stay in your place.
Yeah.
Stay
so
in your place.
Yeah, it was just random how that all came up. So
That's
Well-
a unique story.
yeah.
I would have played the ticket as long as I could have. I would have hopped in the limo. I would have acted as if, right? And in sales there's this act as if, right? Or in life there's this act as if you
Act
don't
like
have
you
everything.
belong.
Act like you belong.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you act like you belong, then guess what?
You belong.
You belong.
Yeah. If you believe something enough, it becomes. Right?
I like that.
Manifest it.
If you believe
Absolutely.
something enough, there you
Becomes.
go. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, thank you for your time. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
And there's your nugget, ladies and
There's your
gentlemen.
nugget,
There's
ladies
your
and
nugget. But no,
Go
really.
out
So
and change the world.
yeah, we're gonna go out and change the world. So you're doing that.
Yeah.
Gosh, I've known you for the better part of what is it now? 12, 13, 14 years now.
At least,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yep.
And in that time, I've watched you grow. I've seen you do a number of different things. From running national organizations and international organizations to coming right back home and bringing it to where it needs to be. And that's just one of those things that you're doing here again. Now you are the sales director for Sunrun, which is one of the premier solar companies here in the Albuquerque market.
Right.
And I remember when Sunrun first entered into this market, you were like a bull in a china shop. You tore down, right? Yeah, he just tore.
Wow.
He tore down the barriers,
Yeah.
and he put Sunrun in places where people didn't think Sunrun could go.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, everywhere you look, I can't even go shopping for my proper nutrition meals at Costco without bumping in to Mike's folks over
Right.
at Sunrun.
Yeah, we
Yay.
have a really big footprint in New Mexico. We quickly became #1 in New Mexico with solar. You know, when you come into a market like New Mexico, if you don't understand the people, if you're not part of the culture, you will quickly falter. And you know, I came in like you said, and I had aggressive goals, and we've smashed all those goals, and we're leading the nation on a lot of things, but we're leading New Mexico on a lot of changes, which
That's
is good.
awesome.
There you go.
There we
And
go.
helping Nuevo Mexicanos, have good, better, clean energy,
That's what it's all
and
about.
saving a few bucks.
That's where we're going.
And you want them to save a few bucks so that they can go to your brand new store, which we happen to be promoting here today. Take a
we
look
go.
at this. Look at Mita.
Aloha.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out my
I'm trying
camera
to
here.
figure out my lens here too, but
All right, there you go. So yours is pretty much straight on there. So it's Wow Wow Hawaiian Lemonade, and this is an endeavor, a project that you and your wife are doing together, correct?
Yeah, it is. I'm going to continue to do the solar thing. My wife is going to take over once we open and run Wow Wow. But you know, it's a joint effort getting the word out of these delicious lemonades. You know, it's as a owner, co-owner. My wife is the boss. I'm her field. I'm her field
they're
guy.
always the boss, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So it's
That
funny.
never changes.
It never changes.
It's funny because I always say you never ask the waiter if the food is good, right?
Right.
Because you already know what the answer is going to be.
Mhm.
So it's hard for me to be like, this is the best lemonade I seriously have ever drank. And I say it with passion in hopes that people understand that it's not just me saying it. It is seriously the best tasting lemonade that you will ever drink. And there's nothing in it. There's nothing bad. It's all good things. And you introduced me to the world of alkaline, and we've been using alkaline water since we started producing these in New Mexico. And people can really tell the difference. I was just having a conversation out there with that young lady, and she said, this lemonade, usually I get this dry mouth, gross kind of feeling in the back of my
Right.
throat, but the alkaline actually cuts the acidity in it, and so you have a smooth, crisp, refreshing drink that tastes absolutely wonderful, and it actually will quench your thirst.
It will quench your thirst.
Yeah.
It's doing the job.
It's doing the job. So
It is doing the job.
So we've got the Aloha Wow Wow. Where am I? I'm getting so confused. Wow Wow Hawaiian Lemonade Cam set up out here. We're going to be going back and forth to that, but certainly you said, hey, I want you guys to try the lemonade. So let me get on the show. Let me bring you some lemonade.
Yeah.
And here we are right here. So this is something that you brewed up. Tell us about the lemonade and some of its more natural properties and why this is different than any other lemonade that you could get, let's say, at the Coronado Mall.
Oh, let's just say you happen to be somewhere where they're serving French fries,
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. No, we smush all of our lemons ourselves, which there are some people that will smush their own lemons, but
Sure.
we use real lemons. We use alkaline water. We use organic cane sugar, and we have a bunch of different flavors to choose from. Generally, when we run a market, we'll have 8 different flavors to choose from. Those flavors are all real fruit. We puree the fruit ourselves. We actually cut the fruit, smoosh the fruit, and puree it, and put it in our drinks. We don't put anything extra in there. There's no junk. My wife's passion behind getting behind Wow Wow and really driving this into Albuquerque is that we have 2 kids. We have a 17-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And we always look for healthy alternatives for them to have and to enjoy. And this is just it's a different drink than you'll get. It's not full of you don't know what. We can actually tell you what's in it. We can actually show you how it's made. And you can actually taste the difference. Everybody who does taste it, when we first got it going, we're like, wow, that's an interesting name. And then as we see, you did it this morning. Your first drink was wow.
Mine was a little enhanced. My reaction was a little bit enhanced with another expletive, but we won't say that right now.
when the
Yeah,
menu-
that's
When it's that good.
This
when-
show is PG.
When
Just
the
know
Wow
that.
Wow lemonade touches your soul.
yeah.
That's the reaction you get.
It's so good it makes you say it twice. Wow.
So let me back up. Right, the tagline for this would be soul touching lemonade.
There you go.
There you go. Just
Nugget.
touches your soul.
Dropping
I
nuggets
like
this
it.
morning. But yeah, we've been passionate about the brand. We've been passionate about what we do. We put our heart and soul into it. Somebody actually told me that they could taste the love that goes into it. That they've tasted handcrafted other drinks, and you can tell when people aren't passionate and they
Sure.
don't get behind the brand or what they're doing. And he said, I can literally taste the love behind this lemonade.
Yeah. You're gonna make me tear up, man.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
No, really, it is.
No,
Yeah.
it is.
See, I thought I was the only one that made drinks from love, and I thought that my daughter was the only one that could tell that I made those drinks from love. But it's a thing.
Like when I make
True.
my mojitos, I make them with love.
Oh man, you should taste our mojito.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, our mojito is that's our actually best-selling lemonade, and it's so funny when we do markets and we're doing these events and people walk up and they go, "Does this have alcohol in it?" I'm like, "Well, it's $5, so if it does, we're undercharging." But no, they're alcohol-free. But the mojito that we serve, everybody always says, this would be great with some alcohol in it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
We were going to start charging people.
well-
Put $1 in the tip jar.
Put
Well,
it-
you know,
yeah,
the,
put it- yeah, we'll,
the
flask it.
executive director of the ABQS Chamber of Commerce, Melissa Sanchez, can't wait to try it. She just chimed in and she said
Nice.
she cannot wait to try it. So
Awesome.
gotta make sure she gets in touch with you so we can
Absolutely.
get her set up.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're interested in doing any type of pop-ups, any type of events. If we can fit it into our schedule, believe me, we'll make it work. Luis and I are talking about doing a pop-up here
Yes.
at the water store and making sure that Tim is on board
Awesome.
to have us here to do a pop-up here. We just got done doing a corporate event, which went over. It was awesome. We did a yoga event with Hot or Not Yoga. They were such a good group. The yoga community has really come out to embrace us. When they find out that we use alkaline water, it really pumps a lot of people up to know that we're using alkaline water in the drink. They come up and they ask for the water, and then we go, well, we put it with lemonade, and they go, oh, well, let me try that.
Yeah,
Hey, let me give that a
absolutely.
shot.
Yeah, we did an event at Athlete Ready. That was a great event. So anything you guys can think of, any event that we can go out, we'll definitely share it. We're going to be at Summerfest. We did the first Summerfest.
Sweet.
It went great. They invited us back, so that's a good sign.
That's a very good sign.
And we're going to be at the Route 66 Summerfest in Nob Hill, crafting up some lemonades there. So that's our next big event. We'll probably have a couple smaller pop-ups in between here and there because that's what we do.
Right.
Yeah, there we
And
go.
here's the deal. This is something that is brand new to this market. Folks would have not or will never have an opportunity to try this had it not been for you
Yeah.
bringing it here to this market. So thank you for that. Now, there is a retail location. I'm not sure if we talk about that now
Yeah.
or, where we're at with that. I know last
Yeah.
time that we weren't ready to
It was a
release
little
that.
secret.
It was
Yeah.
a little secret.
It's a little secret.
But we got
Coming soon.
a retail location coming soon, right?
Yeah, so the lemonade is surprisingly the small part of the business.
Mhm.
We're going to have acai bowls, overnight oats. We're going to have avocado toast. We're going to partner with some local coffee and have local coffee inside of our inside of our stand is what we call it.
Mhm.
Where we'll have hot and cold coffee. But the major draw is going to be acai bowls, and we're going to provide a bunch of different flavors of acai. And the acai is pure acai. It's not mixed with any sugar. It's not mixed with any fruits. It's going to be pure, real acai, and it's going to be topped with whatever you want.
Chocolate sprinkles?
If you want it, we'll do it. And
Gummy bears?
but it's real chocolate. No
Real-
gummy bears.
No gummy bears, real chocolate.
Everything we serve in the stand is going to be real food stuff that you can read, stuff
Awesome.
you can pronounce, and you know where it's come from. So my favorite acai bowl that we'll serve is actually spun with cold brew coffee.
Cold
And
brew
so
coffee.
It's a cold brew coffee
Nice.
acai.
Yeah.
So it's delicious. But that location, like you said, we are ready to kind of talk about it, is going to be off of Coors in Montano next to the Sprouts. So we're going to be a couple doors down from the Sprouts.
Right next to my office. I love it.
There you go. Yeah. yeah. And we're working on the lease now. That's going to probably be finalized in the next week. And then we have our architects already working on the design and build out. So we're super excited to bring it. Like you said, New Mexico needs a fun, fresh place to go and enjoy delicious food that's good for you. And
There you go.
We want to provide that for families to come in and feel safe to leave your kid there. If I have a teenage daughter, I would love to leave her somewhere where I felt safe and confident that the place would be a good place for her. And I think that Wow Wow is going to provide that.
Very nice.
Like
I can certainly appreciate that,
Absolutely.
and I know that that you're certainly passionate about this, and that is the most important thing for any entrepreneur. Going into any type of business is you got to have the passion. If the passion is not there, then okay, that's what I say.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Then why? What's the point?
Well, passion trumps everything else. When
Doesn't
you're
it?
passionate about something, absolutely. Absolutely.
It does. It does.
You can tell when people aren't passionate. That's the first thing that pops out to me
Man.
when I go in somewhere and I'm like, wait, what's
Right.
going
I
on
can tell.
here?
I can tell
Right.
lots of things about people that they probably don't want me telling about them, right? But passion is most certainly one of those things, right? And it's really important if you don't have passion behind what you're doing, and if there's not a real true love for what you do, then you're never going to get to the places that you want to get to. That's all I'll say about that, right? And we're going to talk more about that here in a little bit. But hey, thank you for joining us today. I know you got a boogie out.
Yes. But one thing, I learned something and I thought I would share it today on the show. And we always talk about fear. And what's crazy is that I heard this thing is that if it doesn't scare you, it won't change you.
Wow.
And, I've been really thinking about what scares you is what changes you, because the fear should drive you, right? And so you doing an entrepreneur show, that's what a lot of people should know, is that if it's not scaring you, then it's not changing you. And I've been thinking about that a lot today, is that, if it's not scaring me, then why am I doing it?
Right. Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm scared to be late for this meeting. So I'll let
Mike,
you guys
it was
enjoy the
awesome.
lemonade.
Hey, thank you so much. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
like I said, if you need to get in contact with, how do people get in contact with you? If they
So-
want some of this amazing lemonade.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Instagram. It's
Okay.
Wow Wow Hawaiian Lemonade Albuquerque.
Okay.
Or you can just search the hashtag, which a lot of people find it a little easier.
Okay.
Hashtag Wow Wow ABQ.
Okay.
And then just start following us. We're asking for people just to follow us, and
You got it.
can take a look at what we serve and what we do. Our Instagram is updated with our events and where we're going to be next, and we try to keep that up to date, and we're quick to move. If someone invites us somewhere, we're going to promote you, and we're going to shout out your business on our Instagram.
Awesome.
It's been a good partnership with everyone we work for. So
Great.
that's how you can find us.
Good stuff.
Que suave.
Que suave.
Yeah.
All right. So, any last parting words for us? If you are an entrepreneur and you wanted to leave a nugget, let's call this your legacy of the day. Your legacy of the day. Hit us with something.
Well, it's just like
Whether
I said.
whether it's a book that you just read or a podcast that you like to listen to, something.
Oh, man, I could be here all day talking about books. But like I said, the one that I just learned today is that I was just talking about if it's going to scare you. It's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to be scary. And if you are going into business and you're not scared, you're probably not
In the right business.
In the right
yeah.
business, you're not doing the right thing. You should be afraid of what people think, because you're so passionate about it, you want everybody to love it.
Right.
And I think that's kind of a difference. And people say, well, don't
Okay.
be afraid. No, be afraid, because it's going to change you. And that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to change you.
Well, I can dig that. I can dig
dig it.
that. Mike,
Yeah.
thank you for being here. We
Mike,
certainly
thank you.
appreciate that.
Great to see you, my
Yeah,
friend.
you
Thank
too.
you for the
We'll see you
lemonade.
soon.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
definitely.
Say
Thanks,
hello
guys.
to the lovely wife, and let her know that we would like to see her do some folklorico dancing at the very next event that we have.
Is she going to be at the next Mariachis game for the Isotopes?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think she might.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. We'll definitely see you then.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you guys, and see ya.
All right. Mike Gutierrez, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. That's right. And our next guest, let me tell you something about this guy. Mike was talking about, about the fear factor and all that good stuff. Well, our next guest certainly does not have that bone in his body at all whatsoever. In fact, he's taken fear, and he's done a really good job of putting it in its proper place. And he's going to tell us his beautiful life story. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the show. Wait, let me do it. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, boys and girls, please help me welcome to ABQB2B, the network, Isaac Velarde.
Thank you.
Woo! All right, so you have a company that has been in existence for some time. It is the King of Kings, Superior Nutrition.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I
All right.
like it.
Let's get your microphone.
He's rocking the shirt.
He's rocking the shirt.
Dig
so
it.
really quickly, the camera's all on you. All the cameras on you. Really quickly, I just can you give us one? There you go, right there.
Guns. Welcome
The
to the gun
guns.
show, baby.
Welcome to the gun show. No, hey, thank you for being here. We certainly appreciate you being a guest here on the show today. And for us, we love the opportunity to get to network and talk with fellow entrepreneurs in the community. I'm
Absolutely.
going to adjust this really quickly.
There we go.
All
Always
right,
gotta adjust.
Sometimes we got to adjust a little
Sometimes
bit,
you
right?
just got to adjust it,
But
throughout the day.
for those folks that are not familiar with you and who you are, please tell us something about you that people wouldn't know otherwise.
Well, if you don't know me personally or my story, I used to weigh 321 pounds. I lost 169 pounds, so I lost half of a person because that's about what I weigh on average on my off season.
So I just followed him on Instagram, and I just saw the picture
Is that right?
of what he used to look like compared to what we have here in the studio. Wow. Amazing. What an amazing story. What an amazing story of perseverance, and dedication, and more importantly, commitment to taking that huge step to be healthy. Because you got to be honest with yourself. At that weight, it's not healthy at all. And your lifespan was just counting down the days before something tragic could have happened.
Well, you got to know how to count first.
Yeah.
There is that thing, right?
There's that.
My doctor is counting for me.
Oh, see, yeah.
So he told me, if you don't change something, you're going to die.
You're gonna
At
die.
32 years old.
Wow.
Right.
32 years
32
old.
year-
I wish that when I was 32 that somebody told me that very same thing because I didn't hear that until, just maybe 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Right. I won't tell you where I heard it, who told me that, but just know that the dude is something amazing, and he has pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can imagine.
But let's jump into that. So you've been in business now, for is it 2 years now?
5 years, 3 years on my own.
3 years
Okay.
on your own. Okay.
Yeah.
I miscalculated there. See, I told you
That's
got to know how
right.
to count, right?
I know.
I miscalculated, but we've got an exciting thing to announce today.
Right.
And I'm gonna give you the honors of announcing.
Yeah, so we started off as a home business, right?
Yes.
Started the business off 5 years ago, formulating everything, working at Intel. I was an engineer at Intel for 21 years. And, about 3 years ago, I said about fear, which
Yeah.
your boy Mike was
Yeah.
talking about. Hey, scared to my bones, right? Shaking,
Wow,
shaking
man.
all the time.
Hey, and
my parents didn't raise us to be, people that took,
risks. I know.
risks, right? We were like, they retired from the state, 25, 30 years.
Safe.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I said, guess what? I'm going to show you guys. I need 2 years. If I could hit these milestones and goals,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to quit.
Wow.
And I proved them, and they said, yep, go ahead. They gave me that approval.
Fantastic.
And boom. About 3 years ago, I quit Intel and, went on my own and grew my business from about 3 people to 225 people week over week. So I see 225 people week over week. So my neighbors were not too happy with me, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, what's going on at
That
this
caused
dude,
a
at
little
this cat's
concern.
house over here,
That
right?
caused a little
And you know
concern.
me, I don't look like, I don't do anything shady, right? Right. So
Hey, the dude is sleeved, both arms sleeved, and that carries out throughout the rest of the body there, right?
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So yeah, appearances can
Be deceiving, right?
be
Right.
deceiving, absolutely. So your neighbors, they just didn't appreciate that. Kind of similar story about the water store here. We'll tell you about that in a
Right.
minute. But so what happened?
So, we were already thinking about it, but we started looking out for a place. And, next Friday, we're officially going to move into an office off of 1515 Golf Course in Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
Fantastic.
Suite 201. And we got 3 suites up there to be able to expand out and start hiring some other nutritionists with us to start helping us out and expanding the business, man.
That is-
Fantastic.
That's great.
That's exciting, right? So you went to your folks. You said, "Hey, I've got an idea. This is something that I've done, that I've practiced in my life. I've seen the results, and so much so that MuscleMag.com did a story on you, right?
Bodybuilding.com.
Bodybuilding.com.
Even bigger.
Even bigger. Bodybuilding.com. See, I need to check my sources.
That's all right.
That's all right. Hey,
That's what we're here for. We're
body-
here to
you-
help you.
you're
Bodybuilding.
in the vicinity. That's all good.
Bodybuilding.com. They did a story on you, and it was a very unique story.
Right.
You've been on a journey.
Yes, sir.
You've had to overcome a lot of things in your life, and just in sitting here talking with you before we started the show, there's a lot of things that were not talked about in that particular article that I just and I'm like, gosh, what haven't you been through in your life? And see, I'm getting all choked up. That story of perseverance, I think that's really the story that we want to share with folks, and I think that's what we really want to highlight today is for entrepreneurs. They really need to hear that story from you. Now, make no mistake, we're going to have a super huge celebration next Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about celebration, OJ.
Celebration is going to be featuring Isaac and his team.
Sorry, had to wet the whistle. No, it is. It's going to feature Isaac and his team.
Right.
We're going to feature all the things that he does. We're gonna do our very best to get the masses out there to help celebrate. But at the end of the day, the important part is for people to understand and realize that the whole reason for your existence is to provide people with hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
What an
Definitely.
amazing thing hope is. For the person that was in your shoes, Isaac, the person that you of all people know how hard it was just to walk, much less run. You know what it's like to breathe heavy. You know what it's like to struggle just to get through a day because you're so heavy. But every little step counts. And every step that you take is one step closer to reaching that goal. And if you can give people that hope and you can give people that support, man, what a difference that can make for more and more people.
Absolutely, it does, and it's starting to make a difference in my life. Just so you
Absolutely.
know, I am a client. Very new in the process, but seeing some instant results here. But before we even get into any of that and the story and the idea of hope, let's help people really understand what it is that you do, because people hear the word nutrition, nutritionist, coach. They might take that and think that you are a trainer in the gym, all these different things. So break it down to the ridiculous. Simplify who you are and what you do for the masses.
So basically what we do is we run a 13-week nutrition program, right? So what we do is we bring you in, we check your measurements across your body, we check your weight and your body fat percentage, right? Based upon your weight and your body fat percentage, we determine what your body composition is. So, a lot of people think when you go to a doctor and they tell you you're overweight or you're unhealthy,
Sure.
it's generally always associated to that weight, right? All of us are designed to think that the weight is the issue, right? What I'm going to show you is what your body composition in relation to your muscle, to your body fat is. And generally when you go to doctors and they tell you you have fatty liver, large pancreas, your arteries are clogged up, it's the amount of fat you have in your body, right? So you can weigh more with more muscle and have decreased body fat, but if you have higher body fat, and you can even be, a thinner guy, right? And if you have more fat than muscle, you're at risk. So what we do is we bring you in, we do an analysis, we go through our template of success. There's a template of success of what we use now and what you'll use going forward, because what we want to do is follow rules and regulations so that we can be successful not only now, but when we finish our program. So many people dedicate themselves to programs all over the world, fad diets, programs, challenges. Guess what? They always fail. Why? Because they're not sustainable. They don't get the tools they need to be successful going forward. So what we do is we go over the tools. We consider the person, right? It's not just designed for anybody. It's designed for that person.
It's not just a blanket, program that, do this and you'll get the results. Because you're exactly right. Everybody's different, right? Their bodies are different.
Right. Because you know what? When it comes to weight loss, simple mathematical equation, right? Got to burn more calories than you consume. Plain and simple.
I like that.
But that's not the why. Being an engineer, I'm going to tell you the why.
All right. So an engineer in our hands, tell us why.
Luis heard this, right? So the why is, how do we make this part of your lifestyle, right?
Right.
Not necessarily how do we lose weight, but how do we make it functional for your lifestyle? So everybody's lifestyle is changing all the time, right? Whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, going on vacations, holidays. I arm you with these tools on how to deal with situations to be able to be successful. What I tell my clients are, there's two things that you can control on a daily basis. That's what you eat, what you drink.
Right.
Okay? Now, everybody thinks, I got to go to the gym and work out 7 times a week, 100 hours a day. That's not true, right? Because guess what? If you still have a poor diet, you're not going to see results, and you're still going to look the
Right.
same, right?
You're gonna look the same.
Right? So what we do is we make this functional for the person. So I take into account what their daily lifestyle is. You know, if they are functional, if they're sedentary at their desks, if they're high performers, because one of the things that you don't want to do if you're a high performer is starve that person, because guess
Right.
what? Food is energy, right? If we don't have the right energy to survive, you'll be tired at work, you'll be sleepy,
Yeah.
you'll be a low performer. You know, your boss will be pretty upset with you, right? Right?
Unless you're the boss.
But
Well,
if
yeah.
you're the boss, you're probably not going to be the boss too much longer, right?
Right.
Right. So we got to fill you with the right energy. So what we do is we bring you in, we do this analysis, we go through the do's and do nots. What I did is I designed my own program with my own food list. We build a food list for you that's based upon a week at a time. This is ensured to give you success. What I do is process control. So process control is going to make sure that we know everything you're doing at all times. So,
Right.
you know, not only do I got to get you success, but I got to teach you how to build your meals and your snacks.
Yeah.
Right? So that's number 2. Now, number 3, and this is where I excel, and a lot of my development from Intel comes into this portion, is the troubleshooting, right? At Intel, I used to troubleshoot process to the minute process, right? You know, some of the biggest troubles we had, I was part of those teams to help troubleshoot them. So
Sure.
what I did is I developed my program so that I could reverse engineer to help you find out what's going wrong. So on a weekly basis, you come in, I'm going to know what you're going to do no matter what.
Right.
There's 10 statistical data points that I know that will cause your weight and your inches and your body fat to be fluctuated. Statistically, I'm able to point those out to you. So I'm going to
Wow.
know. But guess what?
Science.
It's nice having an engineer that backs you know the program. No, you're exactly right,
No,
because
yeah.
it's systems and models
Yeah.
that are proven to work.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But guess what? I'm not your nutritional police officer, right?
Right.
Back in the days, I thought that was my job. I got to lose this weight because I lost the weight. I got to make you. And I used to take it personal so
Yeah.
much that it used to drive people away, right?
Right.
So what we got to do is take that person's roles and their responsibilities and what their goals are into account. Not everybody wants to lose 100 pounds in 20 days,
Right.
right? And that's not even acceptable. But, you know, me, that's the kind of person I
Yeah.
want. I want that now, right? But, you know, being able to design the program to be able to troubleshoot and reverse engineer. You know, you come in, say Luis comes in tonight and his coach has 100%. And I'm looking at him and, you know, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So what I'm able to do is reverse engineer the process, go through the list, and we could identify what caused the issue for the week. So this statistical data helps me to help them progress. And now, guess
Awesome.
what? In the future, they don't make that mistake anymore.
Because they
Right.
learned. They
'Cause
know.
they know.
They know exactly where they strayed, or
'Cause-
they know
'cause-
exactly where they.
Because he does this. Mira, that way you learn.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Well, okay, he doesn't do it. He is.
I give you that look, though.
Oh, you see the
I'll give you
look,
that
man.
look.
It gives you
He-
the ojo.
he gives you ojo, right? And so that you know that when he gives you ojo, you got to put your hand out
Yeah.
and smack
You
the
slap
top of
your
it.
own. You slap your own hand. at
Yeah.
that point.
Come on, man.
But let me tell you, right? So, and I'll just tell you from my own personal experiences, right? Both my wife Rachel and I are doing this together. Good morning and hi, Rachel. I know you're watching.
Hi, Rachel.
Rachel. She's my favorite. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Mine too.
Well, thanks, guys. A whole bunch. But you know, so for us, right? We've done these before. We've done these types of workouts, challenges, things, but nothing ever stuck, right? Because one, it was too difficult. It was too time consuming, and there were too many choices. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Too many things out there, too many variables, right? We didn't have a system that was specifically designed for us, right? Hers is different than mine, right? But
Okay.
they're kind of similar, right? But with this, it's been easy to just follow because everything remains the same for an entire week, right? And I'm just going to tell you, can I just say,
Go ahead.
not even a full week on the program, 6 pounds, whoop, whoop, 6 pounds.
Awesome.
inches from all over different parts of my body, right?
Mm-hmm.
The important part, right? Type 2 diabetic.
Yeah, especially
Um,
important.
I've been, my A1C was at 13.1, right? I've been, having daily readings of, in the 200s and even 300s and 400s. That is leveled. I'm in good numbers, with my blood sugar, and it has been amazing, and I feel great.
What's the time frame on that?
That was in 5 days.
5 days.
5
Wow.
days.
5 days.
5.
You noticed an immediate difference within 5 days.
Dude, immediate.
Wow.
So when you say, hey, vamos a comer tacos,
It is Taco Tuesday.
I know. That's why I packed my tacos
You
for
Yes,
packed
today.
your
tacos.
tacos.
We
I
eat
got-
tacos.
I got
See?
tacos for today,
I
right?
love it.
But no, really, it's been the best thing, right? And Rachel says, good morning.
Morning, Rachel.
Tommy Elicio says, awesome, good job. Maria Otero, she says, hi, coach.
Hey.
She said that she loves her tilapia tacos.
Right.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I'm gonna have to try those next,
Yep.
right? But the point is that you've given us a proven system that has worked not only for yourself, but for so many, 200 and how many to be exact?
25 right now.
225 people. You got to be doing something right.
Right.
Well, you know what it is? It's the results.
The results, exactly.
So let's go back into what we do, right? So we design the program. You get the plan. There's no room for messing this up.
Right.
Tell you exactly what to do. What we do is called macro dieting. It's all based upon weights and measurements, right? So we design this exactly for you, your schedule, and what your lifestyle looks like, right? But here's the thing. Throughout the week, I don't say, see you later, right? If you need support or you have any questions or there's something not going right, you have access to me. Luis has reached out to me a couple times. I have people that reach out 20 times a day, right? But guess
Yeah,
what?
there's always a couple that reach out a little bit more than others. It's good stuff, right?
and that's the absolute truth.
And
Coach,
you know, and that
Coach, I'm in Santa Fe today, and I didn't pack my lunch, man. What do I do? What do I do?
And that makes such a difference when you have a support system like what
Right.
Isaac offers, right? Because at the end of the day, look, some people that aren't well versed with this, they're new at this, it's so encouraging to have somebody there that you can just
Right.
look, that he's accessible. He's made himself accessible because I'll be honest with you, there are a lot of coaches and a lot of other people that aren't that way.
No, not at all.
So the fact that he's willing to be accessible, it's almost a no-brainer, slam dunk why you shouldn't get involved with Isaac's program.
Absolutely.
Your life literally depends on it.
Absolutely. So now we're going to talk about that, right? Because at 200 and tell me the number 225.
Yes, sir.
You're almost at capacity. You're at capacity right now.
I've been busting out at the seams for a while, yeah.
You're at capacity. So with the new facilities,
Right.
you're going to be able to triple the amount of folks that you're going to be able to help,
Pretty much, yes, sir.
right? So here's what's going to happen, guys. You're hearing it first on ABQB2B, the network, right? If you need to get in the program, right, you need to reach out to Isaac today.
Right.
Today. Because here's what's going to happen, right? With the new office, your capacity doubles, almost triples, right?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have those spots fill up super quick, right?
Right.
Super quick. And I know you, let me tell you about Coach. Coach is the type of vato that genuinely cares.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Well, he just mentioned earlier, like, in the beginning, when he was coaching people, he would take their not losing weight personally.
Yeah.
He wants their success sometimes more than the person. And you gotta put it back on them. They have to take some responsibility for their life. He can't do it for you. So you got to have a little skin in the game, and you got to take responsibility for your own health, But that just goes to show how passionate he is that, he was taking that personal when they weren't reaching their goals.
Absolutely.
That says a lot about him.
A lot about him. And
Yeah.
let me tell you why, right? Because you've been there.
Right.
You've been there.
I know the urgency, right?
yeah.
I know the urgency.
Yeah. I mean, and your story goes back to when you were a child. I'll let you share as much of it as you like to with us,
Right.
about your journey and how you have gotten to where you're at today.
In fact, on my website, I don't know if you were able to take a look at it, but Eric
Mhm.
Martinez, the actor and producer, he is able
Yeah.
to produce a short film about my journey from, when I was a kid to where I am today. And it gives a nice insight about my life and where I came from. But basically, you know, when we have kryptonites or we have crutches or we have addictions, they come from somewhere, right?
Right.
Mine came from being abused as a young kid. I was sexually abused by a cousin, about 7, 8 years old. And from there, it changed my life forever, right? For me, it was food. Food.
Right.
Yeah.
Food.
That's how you compensate.
And coming from a Hispanic family, everywhere we went, it
Oh,
was food,
man.
food.
Tortillas
Right?
and yeah, papas and everything, man.
You could go into anybody's house and eat, right?
Well, not
all
only
the time.
that, the family's offering you all the time. Ay, mijo, cómele algo. You know what I mean? It's like,
And
they,
if
well,
you
get
don't
something.
eat, what?
then it's
You're in trouble,
yeah,
right?
it's disrespectful.
Right? It's very disrespectful.
Right.
So, you know, starting from a young age, always, you know, overweight. I was very active. I played sports through high school,
Mhm.
football, basketball. Got into my adult life. Went straight to college a week after high school. Started up college. You know, I lost some initial weight, but I was starving myself, and it wasn't very healthy, right?
Right.
And it wasn't very sustainable, right?
Yeah, obviously.
It wasn't very sustainable. So, you know, as I progressed through, you know, having kids and having a family and, you know, now focusing on them more than even I was focusing on myself,
Sure.
just lost sight of it, man.
Yeah.
You know, the threshold every year went up higher, 200, 220, 250. I went over 300 about 28 years old, right?
Wow.
And right there, that was the worst day of my life. I can remember sitting in my car crying just because I had to go for an exam and my doctor, you know, I wasn't weighing myself anymore. I didn't have that
Yeah.
accountability to
Right.
myself. And I was like, wow, that was like
Yeah.
20 some pounds in like 4 or 5 weeks I put on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I went from 280 to like 302.
Jeez.
Wow.
And then from there, last time before I weighed in, which was May 31st, 2010, the last known high number I had was 321.
Wow.
But I was trying to get down at that time, so I
Right.
could have been as high as
You could have been as high as
330.
even more.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, you know, through this process, you know, I had issues with suicide, depression, you know, just in a very, very bad place. Antisocial, didn't want to go out, didn't want to shop, didn't want to do anything. But one thing I always raised to do was work hard.
Yeah.
So I was a hard worker. I
Awesome.
graduated with my first degree when I was 20, got an a job at Intel at 20 years old, and they paid for another degree when I was 27, 28. So I was
Wow.
always progressing over
Yeah.
that Intel,
Right.
learning,
Mhm.
learning, and you know, I have to give them responsibility for a lot of what I've learned. You know, being
Yeah.
able to work with people as a trainer, you know, engineer, all these processes I have in place with my business
Right.
is what I learned and adapted from them. You know, learning people's learning styles, what personalities they have, and being able to work with the different styles and personalities within people, because not everybody's the same and not everybody has the same learning styles. So,
Right.
you know, when I designed this program, all this, you know, education I got from Intel went into play for building my program.
Absolutely. And that's exactly how entrepreneurs do it, right? We take things that we've learned throughout the years, and we learn how to apply them into our business. And so you've done that, and you're seeing tremendous results. I get on Facebook. You do this daily thing on Facebook. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, you know, through this transformation, it's had different levels to it, right? And this year, for whatever reason, it was my spiritual year, right? I had to get in touch with the Lord
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like I wasn't where I needed to be with my spiritual self. Not only that, I think I was being a hypocrite, not only to myself, but to the people around me, right? I was preaching all this good, nice stuff, but guess what? I was a hypocrite. So what I tried to do at the beginning of the year is change that.
Yeah.
Right? One of the first things I promised myself was every day I was going to spread positivity on social media, because there's so much negativity on
Right.
and so much people feeling sorry for themselves, or, you know, just, you know, or they're expressing and reaching out saying, hey, I want to hurt
Right.
myself, or, you know, just all this horrible negativity. So that was one of the things that I embarked on. And, you know, then on top of that, I promised myself I'd start going to church every weekend. So guess what? No matter what it is, I'm at church every weekend.
There you
That's
go.
great.
All but one when I was traveling. I missed one,
happens.
one
I mean,
Sunday.
you know,
one
it
Sunday,
happens, you know,
One
but-
Sunday. But guess what? I got to go to confession here in a
There
week
you go.
There you
to
go.
get that taken care of, right?
Wait, do you go on Saturdays, or when do you go to confession?
During the week, so I'm so
during the
busy.
week, yeah.
I'm so busy I can't. So It'll be on Monday or Tuesday at 8 a.m. at St. Thomas Aquinas Church.
All
You'll
right.
find me there. You'll find me
Real
there.
Do you know Michael Gonzalez?
Uh,
He owns Cafe Bella.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna have to introduce you to him.
Okay.
He's one of the folks there work there at that church there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So that's great. So so here's what he's doing, right? He's living the journey
Correct.
in front of the world, right? And if that isn't accountability, I don't know what is, because when you commit to doing something and you do it day in and day out, but then you make it public so that everybody can see.
And here's the thing, and his story is resonating with people. And I'll give you a perfect example of that. You know, Michelle Saavedra just chimed in, and she said his journey has made him who he is and understands this path to being healthy, not only physically, but mentally. He's an amazing coach.
There you go.
So his journey, his story, and what he's doing now is resonating with people. So, Michelle, thank you for chiming in with that neat little comment about him, because it just says a lot about who he is.
Not only that, but people are doing that on social media all day long. You should see the number of people that you've coached, people that you know, people that I know that have gone through the process with you. I want people to know that when they complete this 13-week program, what's next for them?
So they have the ability to continue working with me in person, or I designed a sustaining program just recently. So one of the things that was lacking from my program was that accountability to yourself, and how do I continue on this journey without coach? You know,
Right.
maybe I don't have the resources to pay coach, or maybe, you know, I've gotten the education. How do I do this? So what I developed was my own program so that you could be accountability to yourself, and I still give them support as well too. So you could go build your own program. I validate that program for you, give you the thumbs up, and you go on your own.
How cool is that?
I love it.
It's like you take the training wheels off and you get to go off on your own.
Basically, and that was from the feedback of my clients, right?
There you go.
So I was filling a need that they needed, and you know, that was the next portion of it. So it's been really amazing to be able to progress this program. And you know, I like to tell everybody I have 225 science projects out there. Right? I do.
That is true. I
But
mean, it really
guess
is
what?
true.
That data gives me data that you won't find on the internet. That gives
Absolutely.
me data that you won't find on blogs, right?
Right.
Because guess what? I get to see this data real live, and I know how food affects people.
Well,
Right.
you're seeing the transformations, in real time.
Real time.
I mean, real time. You're seeing the transformations not only with their bodies, but their energy level, and more importantly, their self-esteem and their confidence.
Can't you tell I'm a little more confident today?
You got a little more pep in your step there, buddy. But I mean, Luis and I mean, we used to joke about this when we worked at an organization together. When he was smoking 5 cigarettes a day and overweight. I mean, the good thing is, I think Luis has done a great job because he's done it in steps. Like he stopped, with the alcohol and stuff like that because he needed to, and then little by little, he eventually cut out smoking, which is great, and now he's finally getting into the diet part of it, and eventually we'll get him in the exercise part of it. But all in stages, right? He's doing it on his own time, and it's obviously doing wonders for you, and now it's resonating with your family. So now Rachel's involved, and she's feeling good, she's looking good, and you guys can be a great example of what healthy living looks like.
Well, and that's exactly what we intend to be, right?
Right.
Is just that, right?
You got to walk the walk.
Because you have graced us with your magical presence in our lives, right? And it's making a difference, and that's really what we want to be able to share with other people, right? Just as we do here, right? Sharing the things that we've learned throughout our journeys to help people where they are in their business, and that's exactly what you're doing for us in our lives. So thank you
I appreciate it.
from the bottom of our hearts
That's awesome.
for helping us with that. But you want to do this for so many more folks. So here's what's going down. Have we decided on the time of the event? Are we gonna do a rager? Are we going all night? I mean,
I don't
are we
think
gonna
we're doing
piss
a
off the
rager.
neighbors?
So guess what? Coach gets tired at 9 o'clock, so I'm in bed by 10.
There you go.
Saturday, I see 65 people from the north, right? So
The north,
it'll probably be from 3 to 7, 3 to 8.
Okay.
Invite everybody in, come stop by, meet us, check out the new digs.
Right.
I'm pretty
Nice.
happy with the way the layout came out. We went pretty modern with all the furniture and stuff.
What are the cross streets in Rio Rancho where it's going to be at?
It's 16th Street and Golf Course.
Got it. Okay.
You know where that
I
is?
know exactly where that's at.
Over there, mira. Vaya.
Right.
All right.
yeah, over
Actually,
there. You're the other way.
Yeah, okay, you're
Other
right.
way.
But for our viewers out there, they just know that it's over there. Where?
It's by my house, actually. It's 3 minutes away, right?
it-
So
is it 3
perfect.
minutes from your
It's
house?
like 3 minutes
Yeah.
from my
hey,
house.
that's the beauty about being an entrepreneur. You know, you can literally, build a business close to your house. you
Right.
I
know?
got kids, bro. I don't need my house burnt down, all
I
right?
hear you, man. I hear you.
It is going to be one of the biggest and best celebrations of a lifetime. And here's why, right? Because you're going to get to learn about some of the techniques that Isaac practices in his journey, right? He's going to share with you, some of the things that you could be doing. But I'm only going to submit to say, and I don't know because I don't know all the details, but I know that it's going to be an opportunity for people to really engage with you one-on-one. But really, if they have questions about this journey, or if they've never done anything like this, they can be there on that day, and they can learn all about the processes that you have and the journeys that you're going to help people go through. They'll be able to learn that there, and maybe even do a little workout, right?
I don't know about the office isn't big enough for work, but you can run up and down the hill that goes
There
up
you go.
to the parking lot. How about that?
Is
That works just as
All
good.
right, we'll do
Believe
that
me,
as well.
that works
All right.
just as good.
Guess who's my team leader for that?
Oh, there we go. Well,
Ándale.
that he can do. He can definitely lead a crowd.
Well,
Right.
that I can do. So yes, we are going to be there. We're going to be doing a ribbon cutting ceremony
Yes, sir.
celebration.
Cool.
We will work to get the masses. In fact, Gonzo, I'm personally inviting you. Maybe you can bring a buddy of yours. Maybe the mayor. I don't know if you know the guy Gonzo, but
You can make a call.
Yeah, maybe you can bring the mayor of Rio Rancho
Yeah,
out
you
with
know.
you. Yeah, see if he's open to that sort of thing. But absolutely yes. Michael Gonzalez says, "I love Rio Rancho." That's the hashtag that he's using. He's
Nice.
Rio Rancho cat through and through, and so are you, right?
Yeah, definitely
You're
hardcore.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
And what I found most recently is that there are a lot of norteños that are just flocking to Rio Rancho.
I mean, there's a lot of great things happening in Rio Rancho, and
Yeah.
it's funny. I'm kind of considering it, because my kids, our kids, they made the first Holy Communion at St. Thomas Aquinas.
Nice.
My daughter's going to go to St. Thomas Aquinas for middle school,
Right.
And my brother, my nephews went to Cleveland High School.
Right.
I mean, so the school system's just incredible. And, it's something you got to consider, I mean, there's a lot of good things happening in Rio Rancho. And
My daughter goes to the Ask Academy right now, and
Oh.
it has to have been one of the best moves we ever made for her. She's
Fantastic.
Is that right?
just selling over there, yeah. In fact, one of the founders of the school, Mr. Stevenson, he was in my program.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Who hasn't been in
Who
your
hasn't been?
program?
Well, I don't know yet, but we have a lot more room to be able to help more people, right?
And that's the idea. We want to get the word out to let people know what you do,
Yeah.
and what a life changing opportunity it is for people to just change their life. Having Isaac go through, analyze exactly what their diet is, the way they are, their lifestyle is, and make something that works for them.
That's what
And
it's all
you
about.
and Rachel are living proof.
Yes,
Right.
we are. Gonzo says Mayor Greg Hall would love or would be happy to meet Isaac, I'm sure.
You know what? I will say
and
this.
he's right down the street from you.
Okay.
Cafe Bella is.
Greg Hull is a very active mayor. He's Rio Rancho proud. I mean, we see him at all the events, and he's an overall good guy. So.
I'm going to just put this out there, Mayor Greg Hall, if you are watching, and I'm sure you will at some point.
Right.
Right. Let's talk about your economic development in Rio Rancho there.
He just had a birthday too.
That's right. Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Come on,
Happy
Elvis.
Birthday, Mayor. Happy birthday to you.
Maybe we'll bring some birthday cake or birthday donuts or something like that.
Birthday protein shake.
Birthday protein
Bro,
shake.
so
I
just
was-
so you
yeah,
guys
he was like-
know, that's exactly what I'm drinking here. If you notice that it's a little tinted, I am drinking my protein drink here.
That is not vodka. That is not vodka.
It is not vodka. Yes, it is not vodka. And if you look right over on that poster there, you'll see that is a medical grade Kangen water machine, and it produces several different types of water. It produces alkaline water, of course, 8.5, 9.0, and 9.5, but it also produces the clean water, which is right at the pH of 7. That's primarily where most bodies are at any given time, right? But it also produces beauty and strong acidic water. But I make this protein drink with the clean water, and I got to tell you, it does does good stuff here, right?
Absolutely.
All kinds of good stuff here. And the protein. Tell us about the protein real quick.
Yeah, it's a vegan protein. It's called HumaPro, right? It's veggie based. Cool thing about this, it has 0 calories. So
Zero.
guess what? I'm able to feed you more food, right, Luis?
Yes.
You ever hungry?
Dude, let me tell you, man.
Yes.
The other
Who's
night
ever hungry?
the other night I didn't finish my dinner.
Ooh, coach is gonna get you today.
I couldn't. I was full.
All right. We'll talk about that tonight.
I couldn't.
We'll
I
talk
was
about
full.
that tonight.
Here's the other cool thing, right? We spoke on the phone last night. I said, Coach, I've got 4 days that I'm going to be living out of a hotel.
Right.
Let's plan for that. And he says, don't worry, man. I got you. We're going to come up with a plan on how you can achieve maximum results living in a hotel for 4 days.
Well, keep in mind, we got CEOs of companies in our program, doctors, right? Lawyers, all walks of life come through my program, right? In fact, on Saturdays, what we were just talking about is I do go down to Santa Fe and shout out to all my norteños out there, right?
The
And,
Norte.
I see about 65 people out there from Las Vegas, Los Alamos,
Yeah.
Española, Santa Fe, far and out in between there, but they all come to me, and a lot of the people from Los Alamos Labs, they come out and they work with me. I'm pretty well known out there. I work with some of the fire people out there, so it's been an amazing journey, not only to work within Albuquerque and Rio Rancho, but that's where I'm from. I'm from Santa Fe, so it's good to help my people out there. And speaking of something that's near and dear to my heart, just about 2 months ago, we found out my dad had cirrhosis of the liver. And it wasn't from drinking alcohol; it's from having high toxic dosages of insulin, right? So he has on max dosages. We go to Colorado about a month and a half ago, and they tell him, "Hey, man, you don't need a liver right now, but eventually you might.
Yeah.
Even if you do, you got to get healthy."
Wow.
So here's my dad. He comes in on Saturday unannounced, and I tell you, Saturday's 65 people and 11
You're
hours
slammed.
is rough, right?
Yeah.
He's just, I'm here. I'm ready to start. So I say, let's get you on. First week he comes in, he loses 10.2 pounds. But he's getting sick, and he's like, oh, man, I need to eat. I'm like, no, let's cut out your insulin and see how you feel. So guess what? Within a week, he was off max dosage of insulin. Sugars came right back down, like you said, 500s to about 120s, 130s.
Amazing what the diet will do.
And not only that, it's been 4 weeks. He's down 27 pounds. He went from 202 down to like 175.
Wow. See, that's what
My own dad.
Kevin said. What do you?
I know. Well,
Here's
look,
what I
proof
told
is all
Rachel.
right here.
Here's what I told Rachel. I said, "What are you gonna do?" She says, "What do you mean? What am I gonna do?" I said, "What are you gonna do?" She says, "What do you mean?" I said, "What are you gonna do when I'm at 170?
Right?
Lean, strong, Lou."
What are you going to do when she's at 120? Huh? With shape, curves, and muscles.
We're gonna throw a party.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
Protein
A
powder
protein party. Sounds kind of like the party that's happening out here. We're gonna transition right on over to the Wow Wow Hawaiian Lemonade. Cam, we have looks like we have a couple of guests out there. We have former state representative Idalia Lechuga Tena hanging out.
You never know who's going to come into this Kangen water store.
Well, you know what? That's one of the beautiful things. And speaking of, in fact, tomorrow we're going to do a special broadcast. I hadn't told you about it yet. I hadn't had a chance to talk to you, but I'm going to have Senator Michael Padilla here tomorrow at 11
great.
o'clock. We're going to be talking about his job fair that he has coming up next week.
You know what? Senator Padilla does that every year, and what a great thing to do for the community. You know what I mean? Just help people find work, help them find resources, and you know what? That's going to be great to have Senator here.
I'm going to go find me a jale over there.
Órale.
Órale, jalecito. No, but really, he does an amazing job with that. And the cool thing is that he's got hundreds of employers out there, and they have real, true, legit jobs. I don't know if you've ever been to a job fair in your life, but sometimes these are these are the silliest things ever. But the one that he puts on is not. The companies that are there have actual jobs that they're there to hire for. Right. And so that's one of the really cool things. And so it's always been a great hit. He does it in the heart of his district, which is, South Valley, 101, right? Harrison Middle School.
Yeah.
I went to that middle school, by the way.
Nice.
In fact, that is where I started my drumming career.
In
and
the
that's
band.
in the band, yes. But yeah, he does a phenomenal job, and so he'll be here talking about it all tomorrow. He'll be able to give us a list of all the different employers, what types of jobs that we're gonna see out there, and then we're just gonna crack up. He's a good dude. He's gente from the Sur Valle, from the
Yeah,
South
he is.
Valley. And I got to tell you, there is nobody that I know of that represents our state as well as he does.
He's, and we get back to passion, right? The man is
Yeah.
passionate about New Mexico and what we can do to make it just the best state.
Absolutely. So looks like Michael Gonzalez, we call him Gonzo. I'll tell you the story about Gonzo and Lulu and how we were recruiters for chicken farmers way back in the day. It's a long story, but he sent a message out to Mayor Greg Hall with an invitation to join us next Friday. We will make that happen in some form or fashion, and we'll make sure that we get him out there to hang out with you.
Nice.
I'm excited for you, my man. I am super excited that you're allowing me to be a part of this journey with you. I told you, not too long ago that I really want to go to work on helping document your story, everything that you're doing, and we're going to be able to do that and on to the next phase of your journey. What he doesn't know is that, dun, 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 I can't do anything that's going to help him be more amazing than he already is. He's already got it, right? He's already got it. All I'm going to do is just take what he has and do what I do best.
There you go.
Open my big old mouth about it.
Boy, and that's what it's about. And one of the great things about Luis and I, that we just have a passion for, entrepreneurs and small business owners and helping them in whatever way we can, and our small platforms. And we just believe wholeheartedly in helping small business owners. And that's why you're here. That's one of the things that Luis and I are passionate about. And anything we can do, hey, if it's one extra person that goes to go see you, that's worth it, because you know what? We're supporting local small business owners, but at the same time, we're helping somebody change their life.
All right, let's see the guns one more time. All cameras on you.
Boom.
There you go. All right.
Rocks, dude.
So here's the deal, right? Albuquerque, America, wherever you are, South Africa,
Costa Rica.
wherever. If you want to achieve striking good looks and a killer smile like this cat right here, show him the guns one more time. One more time.
You're gonna make me.
And guns like that. Look at that.
Bam.
Bam. You got to be there Friday the 8th, right?
July 8th.
Not this Friday.
No,
right?
the 12th.
The 12th, I'm sorry. What am I
Friday
thinking?
the
8th? Friday, estaba confused.
July
the 12th.
12th.
Friday, July 12th.
Friday, July 12th. 3 p.m. is going to be the start time.
Yes, sir.
We will end no later than 8 p.m., but just know that all the fun festivities are going to be happening throughout the day. An opportunity for you to come find out exactly how you achieve the same results that not only Coach has achieved for himself in his own life, but how he's helped 225 other people do the same thing and counting.
That's just this time period.
That's
right?
just this
I've been
time
in
period.
business for 5 years. So
Okay, so there's more than that.
Right.
Like, 150 million people. I like that number, 150
Right.
million. It's
One
always a
day,
good
one
number.
day, one day, one day.
One day. But hey, Isaac, thank you wholeheartedly for being here today and sharing your story with us and sharing your journey with us. I'm excited to help you celebrate the launch of the new facility. I know that Orlando is. In fact, he's on his phone right now, inviting his. He's inviting his tia Lola.
Yep. All the tias, man.
And your tío half Indio. Are they going to be there?
We'll make a call.
Dile que van a tener un. You guys are going to have some food, right? Chicken tacos,
No.
tilapia tacos.
No,
Where should we get?
I don't think so.
Man,
Because you might eat them.
I got an Instapot.
So do I.
Man, I used it for the first time yesterday.
I told you, right?
Whoo, man!
There we go.
I'm gonna share some of my tacos with you, OJ. Just a bite though,
Gotta have them.
because you're
You
gonna be
can't
like,
finish it all anyways,
you're
right?
gonna be like, well, no, that I can, that I did, right? So I had to switch a little bit last night, but
Right.
yes, no, amazing, and I just gotta tell you, it's
And see, that's what I do is I share all this information, not only that I've gathered, but Instapot recipes.
There you
know.
go. Yeah.
Right.
How do we make
Even better.
How do we make my food a little bit more seasoned?
Yeah.
How do we make it more tasteful? What do I do when I don't want to eat all my food? Right. These are all questions I get on a daily basis. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess I'm gonna have to ask that question because he's giving me that look.
All right. There we go.
Hey, thank you for joining us. I
you,
think
guys.
we have some. We've got some time. Is it cool if we have the former rep join us? Yeah.
Bring on Idalia Lechuga.
All right,
Tara.
Red Rover. I don't think she can hear us.
Oh no, she can't.
And she's deep in conversation, out there. But let me give her the good old wave. I don't know if you guys can see her. Can you guys see her? There she is.
There she is.
Let's bring in another chair and
Let's bring in-
do you have to go?
Yeah, I was gonna take off now.
Okay. Well, if you've got to go, you've got to go.
I gotta go.
okay, my
see
man.
these
He's got to
peoples.
go make peeps.
All right,
He's got
brother.
to go see his peeps.
Hey,
Isaac.
I want to tell everybody thank you very much for listening to me. Definitely, this doesn't happen without the Lord. I definitely believe that He's,
Amen, brother.
responsible for everything
Absolutely.
that I've gone through. And the people that come through my program, sometimes I just feel this feeling that just it's strong, man. It's strong, and I definitely can feel that the Lord's there with us. And once again, I'm here to help and serve my Lord. And when He changes my course of direction, I'll just listen and move on to the next. But for right now, I'm enjoying my service to the Lord and really helping out my community. So I thank you guys for having me
Awesome.
on.
Isaac,
Man,
pleasure
I
to have
dig
you,
it.
my man.
Let's before you go, give us a nugget for an entrepreneur.
What I would say is, and this is a daily thing that I get from most of my clients, is there's so many people out there that will try and knock you down, discourage you. They want you to be like them, or they want to hold you down, right? Well, it takes more energy to rebel against the people that don't want you to succeed and be unique and different. So if you could set yourself apart and be the leader rather than the follower, man, you're in a whole different light, right? Because guess
I like
what?
that.
Guess what? The people that want to bring you down,
Sure.
they can't even get in your circle now. Why? Because you're so strong, they don't have access to you.
I just saw something like that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just read something like that.
Yeah,
earlier.
that's we do a daily post, and it was in relation to leadership, and the idea behind leadership is to grow more leaders, not followers.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, guys. Thank
I like
you so
it.
much.
Isaac,
Right
my
on,
man.
brother.
Awesome, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man.
Woo. I like that. Right on, brother.
Right,
We'll
appreciate
see you soon.
All right.
I'll see you tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get back out there to that cam there. Let's bring former state representative.
Oh boy, who do we have
Ladies
here?
and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Idalia Lechuga Tena.
Sounds like I'm gonna go in the ring and box or
It
something.
kinda does.
You know what?
It
Well,
kinda does.
Let me tell you why. So this is your camera right up here, right? So let's make sure that you are in there. Whoop. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Okay, good deal. So do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind getting on. I know you have Facebook on your page, right?
Yes.
So if you would go to ABQB2B Networking, go to that page really quickly.
ABQ.
ABQB2B Networking, right?
Oh, hold on.
And what I like for you to do is when you're there, so I got to give her proper instructions, right? Gonzo says, fall down 7 times, get up 8, and then kick your feet up 9 times,
There you go.
like Barney Rebel. Remember that? Yabba dabba doo, right?
Okay, I'm
Fred
on it.
Flintstone. Okay, so you're on there. So what I would like for you to do is I'd like for you to share by creating share the live stream. Can you see it there? We're on there somewheres.
The one right now, right?
Yes, the one right now. I think you might be on the group and not the actual page.
Oh yes, this is the group.
Yeah, you're on the group. That's okay. We're going to give her time. We're going to let her share that there. But
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
yes,
I thought
there
I
we
had like
are. You did. Oh, you're so she's just liking the page for the first time.
No, I thought I liked it before my baby was
I won't tell anybody. That's okay. We'll take a music break.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Okay, all you got to do is
Share?
hit share. And does it give you an option to start a watch party?
Yes.
Start a watch party. All right, there you go.
Oh.
Can I do it on my public page as well?
It's well, it's on your personal page, so anybody that's connected to your to either one will be able to see that in your feed.
Okay, and I
And-
could just share that to my public page?
Yes.
Perfect. I can do
After
that.
the fact, yes. Now, how about that? Woo! You know what? I love, love the Cumbia Kings, and not because, this is the brother of Salinas, but because it is the very best in cumbia music.
Yeah.
They brought a new flavor to cumbia music
Yeah,
when there
they kinda
hadn't
did.
been one for quite some time,
Yeah.
and they changed the trajectory of
Correct.
cumbia music for a lot of younger folks to really appreciate it and begin to enjoy it.
Yeah, they sure did.
My 5-year-old daughter is one of them,
Yeah. No, absolutely.
right? Orlando's the other one. Because let me tell you why. Because he's still a young man.
We're all young here.
We
Well,
are.
yeah, we are. We
okay,
are.
so here we are. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Luis, and good morning, Orlando.
Buenos
Thank you.
dias.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
happy early 4th of July.
Yes. Happy early. I was tempted to wear my 4th of July shirt, but I wasn't too sure exactly how the American flag would look on my body today. So I opted for something different. But we do have one more day. We are going to be here again tomorrow. I'm going to have Senator Michael Padilla on tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
We're going to talk about his job fair that he has coming up and all kinds of wonderful things. Maybe I will encourage him to wear a 4th of July shirt.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Now, could you come back tomorrow with a 4th of July shirt?
I can buy one. I don't think I have. Well, I kind of do. Yeah,
Yeah?
I can. Yeah, I can.
I wonder if we
I
can
have
if we
one.
can
I
get
don't
some.
know if it fits anymore though.
Yeah, see that was my challenge. I put my. Do you have? OJ? Do you have a 4th of July shirt?
No,
You don't.
I don't.
No 4th of July shirt.
No.
Really?
I don't know what happened. Years ago I bought like the family a set. We all had matching 4th of July shirts. I have no idea where those are at. So
Like, okay, when you say family, is it you?
my ex-wife and my kiddos. So it's
Okay.
like years ago we had like a set of 4th of July, and of course it won't fit the kids, and I seriously doubt it'll fit me. But
My husband has a really cool 4th of July shirt.
Uh-huh.
I can wear it as a dress. Put a belt on it.
There you
There
go.
you go.
That works. That works.
you go.
So
I could
what
do that.
what is happening new with you? It's been a very long time since we've seen you. A week.
A week.
What I know that you are a mover and shaker here in our community, and
Thank
you're
you.
always involved in so many different things. What is new and exciting this week that we haven't had a chance to catch up with you on?
Well, this week, we're getting ready for a car show that one of the boards that I'm involved with, it's called Cassie's Cause, which we create awareness on postpartum and perinatal depression.
Yes.
And sometimes, and I'm the vice president for that board and the only person that doesn't have children. But a lot of people don't understand that perinatal depression exists, and it starts sometimes right when you find out that you're pregnant. Some people think it's just after you have the baby, and you have a little bit of depression, but no, it starts before. And a lot of women sometimes, unfortunately, commit suicide. And the woman that started this, Miss Susan Aguayo, had a very unfortunate
yeah, we know Susan.
and a story with her daughter who passed because of that. And
Right.
and there's just so, and it happens to men as well. It happens to men as well. So it could be anything from not expecting to be pregnant, and it happens to men. And they react differently, but it's the same thing, and they call it baby blues, but it's postpartum and then perinatal depression.
The baby
So-
blues.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a big life experience,
It is.
and a lot of people don't understand that it's impactful in ways that we never would have thought.
Exactly. Do you know 7 out of 10 women are do have postpartum perinatal depression. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is that's a huge statistic. That, I've had close friends and family members that have had it. So when you're aware and you know what to look for, you're able to help them
Right.
and look for the symptoms
Right.
to prevent suicides while you're pregnant. So
And that's exactly what the organization is all about. Miss Susan, I'd have to say this, Susan Aguayo.
did you know? I didn't know this. She is the granddaughter of Pedro Vargas.
Yes. We actually. We
When we
Yes.
met her when we were
met
there,
her,
Orlando and
we
I.
talked about this, right?
Yes.
Where were we?
I remember.
It was an
exactly.
event.
It was a Hispanic Heritage Committee kickoff
Yes.
in September last year.
Yes,
And
that's
we,
what it was.
And we went to
it was
Church Street
a
Cafe.
Church Street Cafe.
And
That's
we
right.
were having lunch, and we sat at the same table,
Yeah.
and we were the loudest table as usual.
Shocker.
Shocker. And that's where we met
That's
her.
right.
We met her the same time.
Correct.
Orlando, I forgot. Yeah.
That's right. We had the conversation.
So for those folks who don't know, that would be the equivalent of the movie Coco and what's the name of the?
Miguel.
No, not Miguel.
Oh, the singer in the movie Coco. I
Yes.
don't remember.
Ernesto de la Cruz.
Yes, Ernesto de la Cruz. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, maybe
It
not.
might be a
but,
little stretch,
Yeah, but that puts perspective into
Mhm.
into that for you,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And she's an amazing woman, woman.
Susan, what a wonderful woman,
Yes.
and bless her heart. I mean, to have the strength and fortitude to honor her daughter and create this nonprofit to help other women that are going through that type of depression takes a lot of strength. And,
Absolutely.
Kudos to her for honoring her daughter and trying to find ways to help other people battle
True.
this.
So on that point, we have a fundraiser this weekend,
Okay.
July 6th, at Ventana Ranch in Rio Rancho, starting at 4 p.m. And it's a big car show, food trucks, and anybody that wants to come and
Right.
do eat and look at the beautiful cars.
Nice.
Yes, they're always
Nice.
welcome to come. So we
What
have
time
that
does it start?
at 4 p.m.
4:00 p.m. Okay, great.
4
That's
p.m.
Saturday the 6th.
Saturday the 6th. Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, so it'll be great. And then we are also gearing up for our gala in September.
Oh, okay, great.
And that's a little bit ahead of time, but
Okay.
maybe I can be invited back to talk about that.
Absolutely no. I mean, you're like family here. So
Oh,
I mean,
thank you.
absolutely no. Anytime you want to come, you have an event you want to promote, just let Luis know, and
Awesome,
we
thank
would love
you.
to have you back on.
And then another thing I wanted to share with you is another of the boards that I'm involved with.
Mhm.
It's called Meals on Wheels,
Okay, absolutely.
and we delivered food to anyone that it's in need. Sometimes there are people that need to be on a special diet because they're recovering from an illness,
Right.
and they don't have family members that can come and check on them or bring them food. So we provide food for everyone. Our youngest client is 18, and our oldest, I think it's 108.
Wow, that is incredible.
All of Albuquerque.
So how does it work? Like, how do people get in touch with Meals on Wheels to if people are in need and they just need a meal to get them through the day? I mean, how does that work?
So that works you can reach out to me, or if you Google Meals on Wheels, right? We are very blessed that we are, the hospital that is hosting us right now, it's Presbyterian.
Okay.
By San Mateo in the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the offices are. And you can come and do a tour. You can meet with the executive director. You
Okay.
can meet with the chef. All of the food is from natural farmers.
Oh, that's awesome.
The price is phenomenal.
Okay.
We deliver hot meals and then also frozen meals for
Okay.
breakfast or
Right.
lunch or dinner, whatever you may need, and very affordable.
Right.
Just call and make an appointment or talk to someone and say, this is who I I would like to pay for a meal for whole year or 6 months for this person.
Right.
And it's all based on volunteers. The drivers from the
Fantastic.
trucks that we have, it's all volunteer.
Fantastic.
So if you're looking for an organization that you can volunteer, try to adopt a route,
Okay.
and you pick a section and you deliver the meals to those people.
How awesome.
And it's delicious. Sometimes In fact, if you guys want to host some meetings there in the cafeteria,
Okay.
it's phenomenal, healthy, it's delicious. So it's an awesome organization. So we always, of course, are looking for people, for donations. And this year because I do the government affairs for the Meals on Wheels, which they've never done before. So this year, what we did, we were able to go to the New Mexico legislature, which, as you know, I'm a former state representative, and we fed the House of Representatives, so the 70 members, and and they were able to taste the food, see how healthy it was, how we make it, what Meals on Wheels was, and everybody was shocked. So we did a memorial for the Meals on Wheels to create awareness. So
That is great. What an amazing organization, Meals on Wheels.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so we were joking about this last time. We were talking to Coach and I were talking about, hey, can we get some delivery here? But
yes, we can.
that's so I mean, but these are things that the community at large, really doesn't get to hear about all the time.
All the time, right?
Right. And so we need people like you to share the message, to share, the amazing things that they can take advantage of right here in our very own backyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, the need is there, and we have to, find out how we can serve the need, and you guys are doing just
We're doing
Right.
that.
with the program.
If you there's hunger in New Mexico and in our city, it's everywhere. And it costs more to feed one person for a whole year than if that person goes to the emergency room and spends one night in the emergency room.
Holy smokes!
Did you know that?
That's crazy.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
That's crazy.
That is insane. What is that number?
Less than $2,000.
Is that right?
Can you believe that?
Is that right?
It's shocking.
That
It
is.
really is shocking.
See, and that's the information people need to know, that the public needs to be aware of. It's like, look, we can very easily feed our people, if we just allocate the resources the right way. And that's a problem.
If you do it the right
If you
way.
do it the right way.
With $1,600, you can feed a person every day. And, sometimes the bill to the hospital is, at least $2,000,
Sure, yeah, no.
$2,000 for one night.
For one night, yeah.
So, it's just, it's,
When it puts things in perspective, definitely.
it does. It
Well,
really does.
I'm a huge proponent of breaking things down to the ridiculous and reverse engineering things. And when you put numbers to it like that, it really helps to illustrate the importance and illustrate the ease of doing things like this, right? A lot of times, and I'm guilty of it too, right? We see the big number. We see, oh my God, this is going to be this,
Right.
or it's going to be, we've got to climb 32 steps,
Right.
and we don't look at that very first step. We
don't.
And so, when you break it down that way, it helps people to really understand.
Realize.
Or put things into perspective, if you will, right?
Yes.
It's the same thing like with Isaac, who was just here, right? There's a cost associated with his services, and you can look at the cost and you can say, "Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
expensive." But when you break it down and you look at the value of what you're getting and what is being delivered, right? Then you understand that there's no way that you can't afford to do this.
Right.
No.
And this is the same thing,
This
right?
is-
And when we break it down like that, there isn't a reason why we shouldn't be doing this more, right?
Correct. And I was just telling Orlando that it's all based on volunteers.
Right.
So all our drivers from the trucks are all volunteers.
Is that right?
Delivering food, absolutely.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had
So
no
if you ever want to
idea.
volunteer, Luis,
I
adopt
can.
a route with Meals on Wheels.
I can certainly do that. You got anything on the west side?
It's all of Albuquerque,
That-
absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Let's talk about that.
Sometimes in Albuquerque, people that don't have family to look after them, these are the only people, Meals on Wheels, are people delivering their food.
Yes.
It's the only interaction they have.
Oh,
And
gosh,
there's
poor
been some
things.
unfortunate times where the delivery guy notices that they're not answering. So then they talk to the neighbors. The neighbors say, well, no, we haven't seen him open the door. So they call the cops, and the person has fallen or the person is deceased.
Well, no, that's
That's
not
sad.
good. Not good. So just based on that, I'm not sure if I would be the right person for the job because, man, I'm long-winded, and I may not make all the deliveries because I may get stuck.
Chatting with someone.
Yeah, I can imagine you being the same way. Of
Yes.
just engaging with somebody that you're delivering a meal to,
Yes.
and getting lost in conversation with them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how does that work for you?
Well, I was, being in politics,
Sure.
when I was running for a state representative, you door knock
Sure.
and you talk to people, and you do try to, see what their concerns are and try not to cut them off. But you also have a certain time that you have to hit so many doors
Sure.
before election and all that. So, you have to just be focused, but don't cut them off, but still listen to
Sure.
them within reason. I mean, don't stay there 2 hours.
Maybe that's another thing that you can teach me, enséñame, right? Because you're already gonna educate me on how to stay away from politics, right? we talked about that.
Right.
She's gonna teach me how to stay away from politics, but also how to be mindful of that and how to gracefully exit a conversation.
Correct.
I mean, and that's a talent, right?
It is.
That is a
And you
talent.
have to have that. I mean, let me tell you, right? We go to networking events all the time, right? And you engage in conversations with people that after the first 30 seconds, you quickly realize that maybe this is not the best conversation for me to be in right now. How does somebody gracefully exit a conversation? Let's talk about that.
That's a good question.
It is.
Because it depends on the event, depends on the person. But, I think it's always good to get their contact information. And
Right.
right after you maybe get their and I'm just,
Yeah.
this is just, I'm giving you from my experience.
Sure.
You get their contact information and maybe just say, well, let's keep in touch. Great. Or add them on your phone. I'm a millennial, so I don't believe in business cards.
Uh-huh.
I just, I don't. So I tell them, if people ask me, well, do you have a card? I said, I don't. I do have cards, but I don't. I said, if I'm not on your phone, you're not going to call me. So
Right.
I like to be on people's phones. Or I add them on my phone, and then I add a little note or where I met them. And then following the exchange of contact information, just say, okay, let's stay in touch and let's arrange a coffee next week. Great meeting you. And then you just go.
And then
There you go.
Because you could stay, I mean,
my favorite thing to do
but
is like, right? So we let's say, for example, Orlando and I are at a networking event, and he's going nonstop. He's talking my ear off. You know what I do? I just fall on the ground. I just,
that's too dramatic.
just fall.
That's too dramatic.
Do you expect anything less from Luis? Like, really?
Probably not.
Over theatrical, over dramatic. It's go big or go home.
Yeah, no.
Like the opera.
I don't do that. No, but really, that is a huge challenge for me, and my wife will be the first person to tell you.
The Luis opera.
Is
Drama.
is that no? There's no. I am
kidding.
no drama at all whatsoever. In fact, I think I do a pretty good job of trying to identify and repel it. But I have, and I don't call it a bad habit, but I do not know how to walk away from a conversation. I will sit and listen and engage and have a conversation until somebody has to pull me. And so my wife says, she's like, when you go to a networking event, I can always expect that you will be the last one to leave, whether or not it's your event, because you like to talk to people.
Luis, you should have like emergency signals that you could tell your friends as you go in so they can come and save you.
Like, cuckoo, cuckoo, or something like
Or
that.
Pretend
Something
you're
like
fixing
that.
your
A
hair
code.
or something.
Oh, yeah.
There's a code.
If
Save
it's my
me.
left
Yep.
hand, yeah.
No, really, but the thing is that they're not bad. I mean, if they're really bad conversations, that are not being fruitful in any way, then I am really good about offering up my attention elsewhere, and then they get the picture. Does that make sense?
That's true. But that's kind of rude, don't you think?
It is. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking you, how do we gracefully do this, right? So like if I'm talking to you,
Use the contact info.
if I'm talking to you, right, and I'm just staring over here at this guy, but talking to you, oh yeah, that is very rude, right?
Is that what you do?
Sometimes I do, yes, right. Well, and that's why I'm asking you, enséñame, teach me how to gracefully. OJ, what do you do?
Just depends on the situation. Sometimes I'll just say, "Hey, it's great to meet you, and look forward to seeing you in the future."
And then make sure you like shake the hand so that they know there's closure.
But
you
what if
know?
they're like right deep in the middle of whatever it is that they're talking about? I mean, isn't that just as rude to just extend your hand and say, "Hey, great meeting you"? Like, that's
You gotta find a pause wherever they're pausing and say, oh, what I'd love to continue this conversation further. Let's meet for coffee.
Okay,
Right.
Next
There you go.
week.
okay.
Absolutely.
So you wait for a pause. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't
America.
It's all about to find the
interrupt.
pause, because sometimes it's hard to get a
True.
pause in, especially when Luis is talking. It's hard to find a pause.
How
There-
do we?
there
how
is
do
no
we
pause.
End a conversation with Luis. OJ, just kidding. You don't.
I'll say, "Hey, deuces, dude, I gotta go."
That's because we're bros.
That's
and we
how I
can do
tell
that,
them.
right?
That's
We're bros. We're friends,
Little bit
right?
different.
We are friends. Yeah. that's true.
Just so all of you guys out there know, excuse me, I am getting a little choked up, but we are all members of the Hispanic Heritage Committee here
We are,
in
yes.
Albuquerque, and that is again another volunteer organization. The goal there is to help all of America celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, which
Yes.
happens to be September 15th through October 15th.
Yes.
Lots of celebrations happening, but the important part is that we're able to share and showcase our rich heritage and culture with the masses.
And
Yeah.
preserve our
Absolutely.
uniqueness. We're a minority majority state. Our two languages are Spanish and English.
Uh-huh.
And it's just
Part of our state constitution.
Yeah, it's part of our state constitution, and we're the only state like
Yep,
that.
we're the only
so
state.
We're
That's
Really?
bilingual. Yep.
I didn't know that.
We're the only state in the United States that it's written in our state constitution that we celebrate. Well, we exercise
Acknowledge
both
two
languages. Acknowledge
languages.
two languages,
True.
English and Spanish.
Orale, Spanglish.
not Spanglish, but
Oh,
yeah.
no?
No. I mean, I use Spanglish. You know?
We all do.
Who doesn't use it?
We all do.
We all do.
Everybody uses Spanglish. So, those are, see, great. I learned two new things. We always talk about the impact, right, of the show. I learned two great things. I learned something new about our state, and I learned how to exit a conversation gracefully, right?
Yep.
I'm going to have to practice that for a little bit. So maybe I'll get out to some networking events and
There we go.
give that a shot. Do you have any idea of any networking events that are coming up anytime soon?
Oh well, it could be a networking event at the car show.
Yes.
For Cassie's
Correct.
Cause.
Absolutely.
Huge. That could be a networking event. I want to go back to the Hispanic heritage real quick.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
I attended the meeting. I think it was last week or
Yes.
the week before.
Last week.
And and so the Mexican consulate was there, and for the first time, the Hispanic Heritage Committee is going to partner up with the Mexican consulate,
Fantastic.
which I don't know if you know, but she is the only international entity in our state of New Mexico.
Is that
Wow.
right?
Correct.
Wow.
So she's a female. We haven't had a female consulate in I think over 40 years.
It's been quite some
Wow.
time, yeah.
Or maybe 70. I can't remember. Anyway, it's been a long time. And we're going to partner with the Hispanic Heritage Committee to celebrate Mexican Independence Day, which we all know it's 16 de septiembre, so September 16th. It's not Cinco de Mayo.
No.
A lot of people say, oh, it's Cinco de Mayo, it's Mexican Independence Day. Well, no, that's when the Cinco de Mayo is when the
The
French
Battle of Puebla.
yeah, Battle of Puebla when the Mexicans defeated the French. Something completely different. But so we're going to partner up with the Mexican consulate and have an event at the National Hispanic Cultural Center in September. So we're really looking forward to that. And it's called El Grito.
El Grito, yes.
Grito Mexicano.
When
Yes.
you say Viva Mexico 3 times. And I know Santa Fe is going to have it as well.
Yeah, they usually do.
So, and then the next day we're going to do it here. So it's
Awesome.
good. And it's the first time that we've done that. So I'm
Right.
really, really looking forward to that. And it's very special to me because, as you know, I was the first naturalized female from Mexico to serve in the New Mexico legislature in the history of our state. So, and I was born in Mexico, and we go back often because we
Oh,
have
yeah.
ranches there. So
Actually,
it's
you,
just
you,
amazing.
You have a primo that says saludos, primo Jose Enrique Lechuga.
Okay.
Saludos,
All right.
prima, desde Chihuahua.
There you
Yes,
go.
that's yep. That's
Why
that's
is he watching all the way
Yeah.
from Chihuahua?
Yeah.
well, you told me to do
Absolutely.
live.
See,
So
there we go.
There we go.
love it. This show is now an international.
International. Woo! Cheers. Where's my Kangen water? to
there you
cheers?
go. Here, would you
Saludos,
like some
Jose
lemonade?
Enrique.
I have not had a sip of it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
there was
Good.
this lemonade.
It's so
I
good.
had like 3 little cups already.
Well, you're going to have some more
Yeah.
now.
I do have to take the cup home with me, though.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm taking it with me.
But yeah, no. So that is you're absolutely right. The celebration, the grito. We've made an attempt to partner like this several times over the past few years. We'll call it that. But this is really a unique opportunity.
Yes, and part of that it's because we have to follow the rules of the Mexican government.
Sure.
So you cannot charge. It's a free event, so you
Right.
can't charge for people to go in.
Right.
It has to be open and free.
Yes.
And at the time when we've had it at the state fair,
Yeah.
you have to pay to get in, and that's why. So it's just a lot of things that.
But we've done some really cool things.
Yeah.
Like
We have.
I remember before Norma, we had.
Consul
really-
Efrain.
Yes. But we had a lot of fun with them.
We really did.
We had a lot of fun with
He
them.
was great. All the
and-
people
and,
that.
and Norma is she's
amazing.
She's amazing as
She's
well.
amazing.
And she's one of those that likes to be out in the community. She loves to be in a position where she can interact with folks and be out in public.
Makes a
and
big difference.
It makes a huge difference. A huge difference. And I'm going to ask you. And I don't know if you have any information or insight on it, but Volaris.
Oh my.
Yeah, we just heard
Well,
the
that's
news.
sad. that's sad that the international flight to Mexico was canceled.
Yeah.
New Mexico's a border state, so maybe we could help and try to support it more so that it actually lasts
Sure.
a little longer.
Correct.
And it just we did this when I was working with Mayor Chavez like 100 years ago.
I like that. Mayor Travis 100 years ago. Fitting.
Well, no, it just a very, very
Sure.
long time. But we tried this, and it had to be canceled. And I just wish we could learn from our history,
Sure.
in the mistakes, so that it doesn't happen again. But no, I mean, Mayor Chavez was a phenomenal mayor, I just don't know what the answer would be. I mean, except support it more,
Sure.
but.
Well,
It's unfortunate.
it's just like entrepreneurship. We talk about it all the time, right? If you're going to go into business, you got to make sure that
Know
there
your
are-
audience.
There are customers,
Customers.
for whatever it is that you're selling, and if you don't have customers, well, then guess what? You're not going to be able
Right.
to sell anything.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
Right.
There has to be supply and demand. Demand for what it is that you're supplying.
Simple economics.
Yeah.
Right.
Do a regression line.
Yep.
I'm an economist, one of my degrees, and I really believe in numbers. If you have the perfect information,
Yeah.
you could do economic linear regression line, and you can find
Hold on, you're talking Japanese.
everything. You're talking Japanese.
Yeah, the
And if you have the perfect information, you can predict everything to the penny.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You
But
can.
you have to have the
You have to have
right
the accurate data.
information. So anyhow, I don't know.
No. I agree.
It's
When
sad.
I saw the news, I was a little surprised because it was a fairly new, thing, and one that was highly celebrated. And
Yes.
it's very heartbreaking to see that it went away. But at the end of the day, it gets back to the basic economics, right? Supply demand.
Supply
right?
demand.
Absolutely.
If there's no demand for what you're supplying, then ya pa qué?
Yep.
Yeah, ¿pa qué?
Economics.
No,
Then
you're
it's
right,
not
yeah,
going to
pa-
work out. But what there is demand for is Kangen water, right?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Oh my God! So I love Kangen water. Oh,
Yes.
can I interrupt real quick?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I have a story
Okay.
that I want to share. That everybody loves my story. Luis, you've heard it.
I've heard it.
Orlando has heard it too. So I have a little Chihuahua. Her name is Cochinada, and she's 13 years old and she's blind. So we started drinking water in October
Yeah.
with my father, because my father's was a little ill, and him and I started, and then our families eventually joined. My husband eventually joined. Hi. And so Cochinada started drinking water, and she got better. Her cataract in her left eye cleared a little bit.
Wow.
Believe it or not, yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so she would play more, and she's 13 years old. She's an older dog, and now she only drinks Kangen water, because sometimes you run out of water, and you give her. We still have filtered water.
Sure.
And she's like, no,
Nah,
no. She's a diva with water.
that's so funny.
Cochinada.
We too have a small lap dog, if you will, right?
Yes.
Half, we call her Tripoodle. She's
Chupu.
half, teacup poodle and Chihuahua. I gave her the Kangen water. She peed all over the house.
There you go.
Cochinada has a
Wait, we've talked
A
about
litter
this too.
box.
Yes,
You should try the litter
I'm going to try the litter box.
So it's like for cats, a litter box, and you put the dirt, and I put it in the bathroom, and she knows, to.
That's where she goes.
To go.
That's where she goes. I mean, sometimes she
go.
has accidents here and there with the number twos, but
Well, Louis still has accidents too, so
yeah. So
Yeah, but it's only every third Thursday of the month, and
It happens.
I prepare and plan for that.
You
So
know.
you should try
gotta prepare.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm
The,
going to
the
do
litter
that.
box. It really works.
It does work.
And then put it in the bathroom, and she'll know, and then just leave it there and just clean it, and it'll change her life.
Good stuff.
No
Good
more
stuff.
cleaning.
No more
No,
cleaning. There you go.
it's funny because I told Rachel, I was like, before you and I spoke about it, I said, I'm going to buy a litter box. And she kind of looked at me like, are you that local? Are you crazy?
No, it
A
works.
dog is not going to use a kitty litter box.
No, they do.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
I'm going to give it a shot. Now, do you buy the cat litter?
Yeah, the cat litter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same
I
thing.
tried it as an experiment, and
Yeah.
it worked.
I'm
And I
open to
just
that.
yeah.
There you
and-
go.
I had to take out an area rug that we had in our living room
Oh yeah.
and throw it out.
Yep.
Why? Because the dog peed on it, and
Yes.
That was his little section.
Yep.
Yep. I've done the same thing too. And try it also maybe with some grass. If you have some grass, put some grass in or some sand. I mean, you could try it, and then whatever works the best. So, and all you need is a little baby one.
Multiple spots.
There you go. There you go.
Right.
Pet
no,
needs.
we-
Pet needs.
We might turn up another new opportunity. Who knows?
You never know.
But today's opportunity, ya se acabó.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been on for gosh, quite some time. I
Yeah.
feel like Coach B in a 3-hour show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the gladiators, real quick. Aren't they in the championship? I read.
Yep.
Facebook told me.
Facebook told you,
Gladiators.
yes.
Told me.
Oh, that
Sadly,
Facebook says a lot.
sadly, we all missed the game, didn't we?
Yes,
It was a playoff game this past Saturday.
I was at the opera, opening night at the
I
opera.
was at in Los Angeles.
I was over there. But we all missed it. We have a world championship team here in our beautiful
Yeah, we do.
Albuquerque market, and that
True.
is the Duke City Gladiators, and they are embarking on
What a
their
testament
second.
to the amazing job Coach Bramante has done.
Yes.
Just phenomenal. The guy's just absolutely amazing.
The dude is amazing.
He's amazing
right?
in so many ways.
He's
Yeah.
Amazing.
amazing. I mean, just his long hair.
The hair,
His voice.
the voice.
He should narrate like
should.
what's his name, Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Yes.
He should do books.
I'm gonna have
He
him.
should
We should
do-
have him narrate the mullet report.
Yeah. I would pay to.
Would you? Okay. Now, hey, coach, if
Oh
you're
my-
watching, we got a new proposition. We got
Coach,
a
you're
Business
we got a
opportunity,
business
coach.
opportunity proposition for you, coach.
You're gonna narrate the Mueller report.
Yes, we're gonna get you using what God blessed you with, and that is your voice.
When next time I run for office and I do a commercial,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
you're
him
gonna
narrate. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
There you go.
coach.
That would be
You know
great.
what? Let's
I would have coach do that.
let's not wait till you run for office. Let's just make one anyways. Can we just
Okay.
do that? Can we
Let's
just
do
say,
it.
hey, you know what? Idalia is gonna have a commercial about cochinada
About coaching.
That's so
using
Using.
Well, it's gonna be a documentary on cochinada using
And Kangen water.
using and the
Kangen
Kangen water
water
using
and
With video
uh,
and everything.
everything, all that, and coach is
Music.
gonna narrate it.
Dramatic
There you
music.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can get Eric Martinez to shoot it.
There you go.
There
you go.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that would be cute. It's
All
a
right,
true
that'd be
story.
Coach, we found your calling.
Coach,
We know that
the multi-talented Coach Bramante.
the multi-talented, absolutely. So yes, July 14th, right? Or what? I can't look at my calendar right
It's
now.
in 2 weeks.
Couple-
I
in
really
2 weeks.
I really want to be there.
Yeah.
Saturday, right?
Yes, it is a Saturday.
Let's all try to
it
be
is
there and be
okay.
supportive
You know what?
and
Let's do
let's do
this.
it.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we just call it? Why don't we say that we are going to have a section at the game specifically for Hispanic heritage
Let's do it.
members.
I mean,
That'll
we're
be
gonna
tough.
have
Let's do
a
it.
Hispanic heritage meeting.
That'll be tough
How so?
because it's Mariachi Spectacular.
oh, are you? Oh, I forgot.
Aida Cuevas, Mariachi Juvenil Tecatitlán, Mariachi Nuevo Mujer 2000. So it'll be tough.
Hold on, that's my best coach voice.
What time? What
so
time
maybe
is it? 'Cause
maybe
we
we
have
could.
tickets
I
for
know.
that.
So maybe we do the game. I don't know. It's gonna be
The
tough.
pregame show.
It's gonna be tough. I don't know.
Can we do before?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like
tel-
tailgating or
The
something? like
tailgating
that?
party, yes.
We could do
We'll have to figure that
tailgating.
out. So
We do the
Dang
tailgating
it.
party. We'll figure something
Yeah,
out.
we'll figure something out. We
You
always
know,
do.
that's a challenge, right? Is that as Latinos, Chicanos, we like to participate in as many things as we possibly can, and
And plus, it's summer. There's so many events, and
Yes.
I'm just happy it's hot and there's summer. We had winter seem like 10 months.
forever.
I know.
The cold did not go away.
It
But
would not.
the cool thing about that is that we are no longer in a drought
True.
here in Albuquerque or New Mexico.
Very true.
And the banks of the mighty Rio Grande are diminishing pretty quickly, and that is a really cool thing to
Yeah.
see.
Yes, it is.
It is a really cool thing to see. I remember, and I'll just tell you guys a funny joke. Maybe not so funny, but, well, okay, never mind. I better not tell the joke or the story. But I'll tell you guys offline, and you guys will laugh. It's
There you
kinda funny.
go.
But it has a lot to do with the Rio Grande and consuming alcoholic beverages and somebody, thinking that the water was a lot deeper than what it actually was.
Oh, no. I can't already.
Oh boy.
Oh, anyhow, hey, listen, folks, I certainly do appreciate you guys joining us
Yeah.
for the show today.
Thanks for hanging in there.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you, Orlando. You guys are so
Yes.
positive, always
Siempre es un
happy.
placer.
It's, you guys are wonderful. You're awesome, both of you.
I appreciate you.
Thank
Hey, Idalia, thank you so much for all you do. I mean, what you do for the community. I mean, you're such an incredible person.
Thank you.
Both professionally, personally, and just what you represent. It's just amazing
you.
for everything you've accomplished, everything you do for our community. Thank you so
Oh,
much. Really
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you very much. I'm always here to help, in any way that I
That is
can.
true.
So
She is always, she
I'm a
is
phone call
always
away.
willing, and if she's not, she will find a way to help in some way, and that's what's awesome about
I try
Idalia.
to.
So
Whether
you so
whether
much.
if it's you need to meet with the king of
of Bemba.
Bemba.
I thought
Yes,
he was
so we
the
met.
If
king
you
of
need to meet with
Zamunda.
the king of Bemba, she will make that happen for you.
It was the king of Zamunda.
It wasn't, but it felt like it
From
was.
Zambia.
It
Zambia.
kind of
It
felt, like that.
it.
Yeah.
And so no, that was great. That was the very first mariachis de Nuevo Mexico game.
Yes, and my husband's law firm
Oh,
had
for the-
a
for the-
had a what is it?
A booth, a
suite,
box, a
suite, yeah.
And,
And,
we
uh,
ended up hosting them, the Hispanic Heritage Committee. You were
Yeah.
there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then Hispano Chamber. It was just packed.
Yeah. So what a great experience for him,
That's
you know.
beautiful.
But,
Yes. But that only happens because of this young lady.
This
right
amazing
here.
rock star we
Amazing
have.
rock star.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to engaging with you. Can we have you as a regular on the show?
Absolutely.
I think
A
absolutely.
regular
Just-
on the show.
Tell me which days, what time, what sections, and I'm here.
There you go.
There you have it. Now you
There
know.
you have it.
Yes,
This
thank
duo.
you.
This duo is turning into a trio.
Woohoo! We'll
I
make it
dig it.
international.
I dig it.
International.
There we go.
I love it.
Good stuff.
Yes.
And let me tell you why. So we may have to change the name because it is ABQB2B. And I got to tell you, this page actually started November 2010.
Oh wow.
Yes, I can't remember what exactly, but yes, almost 9 years this page has been on Facebook. Facebook has been around for 11 years now. And is that right? About 11
Yeah,
years?
right out there.
And this started out as a page to help businesses begin to interact and network with each other online, right? Without getting out to networking events. But more specifically, I needed a place to find leads.
Right.
And so I said, well, where's the best place for me to find leads for me to sell stuff to than by creating a page in a group
I like the name.
where I bring all the people
So
together.
you highlight Albuquerque.
Yeah.
You just highlight, and then we could
Absolutely.
do
Yes.
national, international, whatever.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But highlight New Mexico. We're very blessed, to have so many beautiful things, and Albuquerque being the biggest city in the state. It's I think it's
Okay, so
fine.
why don't we just add next time? We'll add that to the show. It'll be the International ABQB2B, the network.
There you
go.
go.
Perfect.
Yes.
Easy fix.
You should.
Easy fix.
I
All
am
right.
I am an international ambassador for the Global Embassy of Activists for Peace.
Wow.
There you go.
So I do represent the United States. So yeah,
Wow.
why
Good
not?
stuff. Why not?
Let's do it.
There you go.
Well,
Boom, done.
There you
Done
go.
deal.
Boom,
Done
boom,
deal.
done, approved. Yes.
Signed, sealed,
Votes?
delivered.
Let's vote. Aye.
Signed, sealed, delivered. All right.
All right. In order with the peace, we are going to say peace to you guys out there. That's a term that we don't use anymore. Is
No,
it?
we don't.
Yeah.
But
Peace,
hey,
What do we say now?
we just kind of sign out. But
We sign out. We say
yeah.
catch you on the rebound.
Have a great rest of the week. Have a very safe 4th of July, Albuquerque.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the holidays and stay safe and don't start fires.
Absolutely. Also want to thank Mike from Wow Wow.
Mike Gutierrez.
Yes, Hawaiian Lemonade, aloha. Thank you for showcasing, sharing your wonderful, tasty lemonade. That store will be coming soon to you on the west side of Albuquerque.
West side.
Also want to thank Isaac
Isaac Velarde.
Velarde, King of Kings, Superior Nutrition.
Great story.
Great story,
Look him up.
making magic happen. Look him up. I will provide the links here. In fact, if you look at the show notes, they will be there. But grand opening coming up soon.
Coming up soon.
We're going to share the information on that with you guys. But
All right.
if you have anything for us, let us know. Reach out to Orlando J. Marquez. How do they get a hold of you?
505-610-3022.
And if he's not available to take your call, reach out to Idalia
Yes.
Lechuga Tena. And how do we get a hold of you?
Just call me or text me on my cell phone, 505-550-3868.
And
Or Facebook me. I'm on social media too. So
Yep.
whatever's practical.
there you go. And if you want to get a hold of me, Snapchat me. I don't even have Snapchat, so good luck to you. We'll see you guys soon.